Hey guys, we are on the post-show show now. That's how we're getting better at flipping this stuff over, right?
Yep.
So, how do you guys think that went?
Good.
I
I
think
I think it was delivered what it needed to deliver.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we went over meetings, how in Microsoft Teams, we went over creating invitations, creating meetings. You know, a lot of people that's kind of an ethereal kind of concept. Where do I start a meeting from? You know, and I think that if you kind of think of Microsoft Teams as an add-in for Outlook, it makes it a little bit easier to conceptualize how do I start a meeting.
hmm
You know,
Right.
I mean, obviously, Teams is its own separate program, but in a comparison to Zoom, if you think about Zoom, Zoom's a separate program, but it has an add-in for Outlook. If you just look at it exactly the same, it makes it a little bit easier. But before people started using Zoom and Teams, they always went to like WebEx, right? Or what's the other big one?
Go to meeting.
Go to meeting, go to webinar. Another one, go to meeting, go to webinar, right? And they always say, where do I go to start a meeting? I got to go to a website to start a meeting or something like that. Or, no, I mean, it's all built in. So I always thought that was kind of ethereal for people. But I think that the video today kind of cleared that up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Microsoft's made it easy to do this by putting it in so many different places that you can get to it easily as well.
yeah, yeah. Teams is now free for everyone. They actually have the ability for you to just create an account for Microsoft Teams and just start at it. They're going competitive against Zoom, obviously, head to head, big time. So I was telling you guys before the show started today how my Microsoft Teams in our SpliceNet tenant is different than what we showed today. Yeah, and you've got that too, right, Finney?
Yeah, there's some new features. We're on the early release program here at SpliceNet, so we can test things out before our clients get it. But there's some new features coming out, primarily with the functionality stays the same, but it pops it out so that I can use my Teams for messaging without having to do too much and be in the meeting at the same time. That's really the functionality that it gives you.
I think I would liken it to what you covered last week, Dave, is the pop-out chats.
Right.
Yep.
Just make it more usable. You can do more things at once, more multitasking, basically.
Yeah, I'm actually logging into our Teams so that I can show it on the screen. I think it's worth showing because if we've got it, the chances are that's going to be the coming up a production, a version for people. So
yeah, probably within the month.
You think so?
Or less, yeah. Usually early release is a month or two ahead.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm bringing up my Microsoft Teams right now, but you'll have to give me a minute so I don't show anything I shouldn't show, of course. And I'm just going to start a new meeting. You guys don't have to join this. Okay.
Don't worry, I won't.
What's that?
I won't.
Thanks, Ben. You're such a willing and active participant, right? Usually that's Dave. What's going on today? Is it backwards day?
It's backwards day, man.
Backwards day. We should do a backwards day theme one day.
I mean, we could.
Yeah, and we should have our kids present it, right?
I had the kid guest, a couple weeks back.
I thought it worked out okay.
It did.
Give me a second, guys. This is taking forever to load. I mean, I'm streaming. I'm going to do a meet now.
Talked about it with everybody later that day. Like everybody that we met, everybody we saw, she was telling that she was on the internet for her daddy's work and stuff like that. So I thought that was pretty cute.
Yeah. Well, that's always cute, I wish we could have had Vinny's kids on there too. So give me a second. I'm going to join the demo meeting that we set up in the show. I hate to belabor this, guys, but I just want it's a valuable thing to see, I think. Because when I started using it, it kind of caught me off guard. I said, "What is this?" It was just different. And so I'm going to join it. You know what, guys? It's not popping out. Hold on. Let me just try. Why isn't it popping out now all of a sudden? I guess because I was in that other tenant Ah, there we go. There we go. Hold on, I think that's it. Vinny, can you start the meeting?
Which meeting would you like me to start?
The demo meeting?
Sure. Let me go in here.
And so right now, Vinny's starting the demo meeting, and I'm using my live logged in Microsoft Teams to join that demo meeting.
There you
I'm
go.
going to join it. But Vinny, now I'm not getting the pop out. Let me see if it does once I join. I don't know what's going on. Technical difficulties. That's what you get when you hop between a demo tenant and a live tenant. So, but I think the important thing is it's there, you know? You know what I covered that I was kind of surprised that I forgot about was captions.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think that's so when I scroll through like LinkedIn, I see a lot of videos that don't have captions, and I'm in a noisy environment. I got to turn my volume down to listen to it, right? Well, what if I'm in a meeting and I'm got somebody that is sitting next to me, and I don't have headphones, or I don't want to listen to the meeting on my speakers. Captions are actually pretty good.
And don't forget you've got potentially hearing impaired people as well.
Really? Those people really exist? Kidding, of course, right? I know that. I'm not hearing impaired, so I just didn't go to think of that at first. But you're right, absolutely. Well, let me see if we've got any questions, and if we don't, is there anything that we didn't cover that maybe you guys want to mention before we end this?
I'm good on my side.
Yeah, I mean, I think we covered pretty much what's going on when it comes to the meeting. The only thing that I would ask is, Vinny, you had mentioned a couple things, and I don't know if you wanted to go into any more detail with some of the control that you had as the meeting organizer.
Mm-hmm.
Once you're in the meeting, I mean, I think you mentioned you could mute people, right? You also have the ability to dismiss somebody from
Correct.
the meeting. Right?
Yep. Kick them out.
I can add somebody on the fly to the meeting.
You want to show that real quick, Vinny?
Yep. So let me start that meeting back up again because I shut it down.
And just while you're doing that, this is only available to the organizer, right?
Correct. Well, many of these are only available to the organizer. Some people in the organization can do some of these features.
If you're in the meeting and you're in the organization and somebody else needs to join,
for example, if I'm not paying attention and someone's waiting in the lobby and Jim is inside my organization, Jim can also let that person into the meeting. Right.
Now, that is an administrative setting, by the way. That can be turned on and off.
Yep.
There's a lot, and we really don't have an administrative part in this series. I mean, you might want to do one down the road. That might be beneficial.
Yeah. So,
you guys share your screen, Vinny.
Yeah. Oh.
In the restream.
Oh yeah, I'm getting there.
Okay. There we go.
Okay. So a few things that I can do as the meeting organizer. Again, I can remove the participant, right? So if I want to kick him out, I just click on that.
And let me unmute real quick, and so you can show the mute.
Yep. The other, I just kicked you out, right? So let's say Dave. Let's say Alex is late to that meeting, and he's leaving, and I need to get him into the meeting because we're waiting on him. I can actually go in there and ask him to join, and what that will do is it will call him through Teams, and so that he can join the meeting.
And what you can't see right now to the people watching is I've got a pop-up at the bottom right that says Pradeep Gupta wants you to join a meeting, accept or decline. I'm going to go ahead and decline.
You're going to decline? All right. Here's Jim waiting in the lobby. We showed this earlier, but I can go ahead and admit him in there. And now he becomes a meeting participant. And if you can,
I got all my stuff turned off.
I hear an echo in the background though.
Mm.
But one of the things I could do is remove him as well. He's muted. Oh,
I'll unmute.
No, I unmuted.
Alex joined us again. I can mute Alex.
That's me, guys. Go ahead and mute me, Vinny. See the echo?
I can mute him as well, and that
Yeah,
eliminates
echo
the
gone.
echo. Yep.
That's incredibly beneficial. Is there a way to mute everybody at
I
one
can
time?
do. Yep. So I can also do a mute all. It's going to mute everybody but me, right? If there were a lot of participants, I don't want to go in there one at a time and mute them. I would just click on mute all.
Now I want to add.
If I want to
Now
invite
you
some,
can
if I
still
want to invite
unmute
someone,
yourself.
I'm sorry.
I mean, once you mute all, in a lot of programs, when you mute all, they're muted. That's it. No more. I could come in here and actually unmute. It's not a setting that doesn't keep me from unmuting when it's my turn.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and mute you again.
Mhm.
I can invite someone else on the fly if I wanted to. So if I need all of a sudden, this is outside of the organization.
Yeah.
Let me invite Emily. Right. All of a sudden, I need Emily to join us. I can invite her, and notice that it tried to call her. Now she's offline, but it tried to call her immediately, and so because it was not able to reach her, it marked her as unavailable. I can do anybody here on this list or anybody within the organization as well.
You want to show how to copy that link real quick and join
Yep.
it? You can actually copy that, paste it into the meeting notes or something.
Correct. So if I want to send this to somebody, I can email it. I just click on the copy link here. I would do that. I can email it. In this case, I'm just going to
Pop in the conversation.
I'll put it into the conversation over here. It's a little bit laggy. But I would paste it into a chat or paste it into an email, and they would be able to join using the link as well.
Yep. Well, I'll tell you what, guys, I think that about covers it. There's so much more we go into, but I think that that's a great bonus and post-show for sure. It's a lot of great new insight.
Yep.
All right. Well, listen, again, No Law Firm Left Behind members, thanks for joining. We'll do this again next week, have another post-show as well as part 3. Part 3, guys, we're going to be covering teams and channels actually next week. So the reason they call it teams isn't because of the meetings. It's because of the teams and channels. So, guys, thanks a lot. Great job.
Thank you.
All right. Take care, everyone.